Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up. First up, we're going to have a quick talk about the Marvel Legends X-Men Astonishing Colossus and Katie Pryde. This was the 2-pack we knew was coming out, and it finally went up for pre-order. It went up on Hasbro for $49.99, and I was able to get a pre-order in at that price. But then it showed sold out and it went up to $55.99, which is what BBTS, Entertainment Earth, and I believe Amazon put it up for. So I'm hoping Hasbro honors the $49.99 price. If so, that'd be awesome. It is unfortunately, I believe, sold out on Pulse as of now, but it will go back up. It is also still available on BBTS, Entertainment Earth, as far as I know, if you want to pick it up there. It is a really cool looking set, and it finally finishes our Astonishing X-Men group with Beast coming out in the mini comic series, the Wolverine on a standalone 80th anniversary figure, and then we also got Emma and Cyclops. So I believe that is everyone. I might be missing someone, but yeah, we finally got them all, so that's really awesome, and I wanted to cover that real fast here. Next up is some Transformers news. We got more images of the Japanese Takara releases, so now we get some more ideas of how things are working, the accessories they come with, all the bells and whistles. So I'm very excited for this. I think it's the glowing, or I can't remember the name of it, but the Leo convoy we talked about last week that was glow in the dark. We finally get to see what glows in the dark on it, and there's quite a bit of glow in the dark plastic on this. This is an incredible piece right here. So it is definitely an instant buy for me when it comes out. We also got a look at the Missing Link Grimlock, and it comes with, of course, a little Diaclone character. I believe it is the female character from Transformers. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I think she also came with Delta Magnus or Ultra Magnus. It could be a different character, I don't know, I can't really tell, they're little Diaclones. But it looks awesome. It comes with a launching gun, it comes with the sword, it comes with a static gun. You know, Missing Link, they put everything into it. It looks amazing. Definitely something I'm excited for. And then we have a look at our hot rod that is through the line like the Optimus Prime. And I was really hoping this was going to come with more accessories and more design choices that were a little bit different than just the standard hot rod, since this was from the same line as that Optimus where they take things and fuse it together. So I thought he would come with like an Energon bow, or maybe, you know, some flame effects. I don't know. I just thought there'd be more to it to kind of mix the different hot rods throughout the media, be it cyber world or animated, or Energon and stuff like that, with this figure to kind of, you know, make it more stylish. But that's okay. It's an amazing looking hot rod. It almost looks like a 1-for-1 upscale version of the Studio Series 86 one, which is kind of cool. And then finally we have a look at the side swipes, both the regular version from Revenge of the Fallen and the red homage to G1 version. They look really cool. The G1 homage version doesn't look like enough of an homage in my opinion. I feel like there should be whites and silvers and blacks in certain areas. They just decided to do a full-on red version, which is kind of weird. But yeah. And then finally we have a look at the next More Than Meets the Eye Target item. This was revealed on Tuesday. It is available for pre-order on Target and Hasbro Pulse. I don't know if it's sold out by now, but it went up at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe that was 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Target and Hasbro Pulse, with limited quantities on Hasbro Pulse. This is the one from the Autobots 5-pack that was a Hasbro Pulse and fan channel exclusive, I believe, last year, where they put that Hound with a Sunstreaker, Jazz, Trailbreaker, and Wheeljack. Now you can get that Hound separately. I actually bought that 5-pack, but I never got around to opening it because I had a feeling this Hound was going to be a standalone in the future, and I didn't really know if I wanted to keep that 5-pack. I'm on the fence about it because I do like the fact that all their windows are opaque, so they're not clear plastic, so they'll last longer. But I had bought the Trailbreaker, the Sunstreaker, and all of them before. But this is nice for any fans who didn't buy that 5-pack or couldn't get that 5-pack, because I believe it sold out pretty fast because of it being the fact that they had opaque windows and fans wanted that. It came with other accessories that it didn't usually come with for characters, and it was just an awesome set all around. But now's your chance to get it on Target and Pulse. If it is sold out by now, don't worry, these are going to be solid cases, so there'll be 8 of these Hounds on Target shelves, just like with the Hot Rod there'll be like 4 on the shelf, and they'll probably get 2 cases each, because a lot of the Target stuff for the More Than Meets the Eye, when it comes to the Gamer Edition or the 4-packs or everything like that, they always supply it very well on the shelves, to the point where sometimes it goes on clearance, which then, you know, fans still buy it up because now it's at a markdown. So I feel like Target never really loses with these, you know, capsules they get. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I cannot wait to see the other 2. I know that they've already in a way been leaked, but I want to wait to talk about them each time they come out on Wednesday after the Tuesday that they launched, kind of, you know, save the suspense and stuff like that, because these are really fun. Apparently there's also going to be 4 more in July after these 4. And we talked about how there would be a Star Wars live stream last week. Well, the Star Wars live stream happened this week, and there was a lot of amazing stuff this time around. The last one, that was the end of the year one, kind of felt lackluster. I was excited to see who we were getting, but none of them were like instant buys for me, whereas this one's, there are some in it that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want that. So first, the Vintage Collection is having a Cantina 4-pack with 4 characters, including the Wookiee owner of the Cantina, and 3 other characters that I'm totally pulling a blank on, but I know one of them was supposed to be part of the HasLab Cantina, but it didn't reach the funding. Well, they decided to give it to people and put it in a 4-pack, which is really awesome of the Star Wars team to do that. That was the only thing we really got from Vintage Collection, but in my opinion, it was really cool. And then from the Retro line, we got another character drop. They've been doing one at a time each stream, an event, and it is that of celebration, the Star Wars A New Hope ending, you know, ceremony with the medallions. That it's that Leia, so you can have Leia with the Yavin Luke and Yavin Leia doing the medals, and you can finally give a medal to Han because it comes with it. And then Black Series had quite a few things, about 4 of them, 4 or 5, I think. No, I think it was 4. It was 4. It was Phantom Menace Watto, which looks really cool, and then the one I'm most excited about, the Kaminoan female character. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I definitely want her to put her next to the Kamino clone troopers and clones in general. And then my one figure that I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't buy more than like 1, but it's a troop character, and it's a troop character that I actually kind of like. It's the Geonosian trooper. If they do a Poggle the Lesser, like they did Vintage Collection, if they do a 6-inch version of that, having 2 of them flanking him, kind of, you know, in the separatist, you know, council bad guys section, you could have them kind of watching as either like bodyguards. So I'm like, I don't know if I want 1 or 2. I'll probably buy 1 for sure, and then if they, like, you know, at some point drop in price, I might buy a couple more. But at $27.99 now, I don't really have a hard time troop building in Black Series. That, and they take up a lot of shelf space, but it is really cool looking. I can immediately hear the Battlefront sound effect for when they shoot their sonic boom blaster. And then finally, we got a look at Lord Starkiller, the Dark Sith version of Starkiller. So now we finally have that version to go with Starkiller. I hope we get the Jedi version next, where he's more, you know, definitely a Jedi. So you can have all 3 on the shelf. It looks incredible. My only downside is they decided to make it a deluxe, and I understand why, because it has soft goods, wired soft goods especially, and then it has like the 4 sabers, and they did all the detail on all the hilts. So they're not just silver, you know, handles and stuff like that. So it's really cool. There's a lot of detail. And they know it's a character that a lot of fans will want, especially people, you know, my fandom who grew up playing those games, you know, that age demographic they're trying to target with these toys. It's definitely one of those things where I want to pick it up, but I'm going to have a hard time spending, what, like $37.99 for it? I think it's what the price of Deluxe goes for now. Might even be more. It might be like $41.99. I can never tell when it comes to the prices. They've all changed so much. But yeah, lots of amazing Star Wars stuff that was shown off. Not too much, but just enough to get us to the next event. And I'm sure there'll be more, you know, pack-in characters for these waves that will be shown off later on. Some Four Horsemen news. Four Horsemen Studios is doing another Cosmic Legion kind of accessory packs that give us updates to, I think, I can't remember the name of the TUUS or the TUSS5. It's the group that have like a lot of space suited heroes and characters. They are giving us a bunch of like accessory heads. I guess they're just like head packs with like some extra pieces. Like this really cool, the one I'm most excited about is the like snake head and tail with the extra torso to swap out to make like a snake alien warrior. Or you could use any of these pieces with your Mythic Legions figures if you want to try to do some. Like the helmets might be kind of hard to pull off in Mythic Legions, but the faceplates, all of these figures that come with faceplates, I'm pretty sure they're interchangeable with the faceplates of the Mythic Legion Knights, so you can make different knight characters. There's even like a female head that you could just put on a Mythic Legions figure, or her faceplate that you could put in the future. I think the female Templar, she's gonna have a faceplate helmet, so you could swap that out. So there's a lot of use for these, especially since a lot of them come with faceplates. I'm actually thinking about buying a couple of these and then just kind of selling off the heads that are extra and just keeping the faceplate pieces to put on my Mythic Legions to make more, you know, different, you know, unmasked knight characters and stuff like that. But yeah, there's just a lot of choice here and a lot of pop and swap. I love the modulability of Four Horsemen's products and that they can cross between Cosmic Legions and Mythic Legions. This just looks really cool. Another piece set that's really cool, it's meant for the Walter exclusive, the Orange Spaceman. It's these blue zombie alien pieces. It gives me very, you know, I can't remember the name of it. Was it Paranorman or Corpse Bride? I think both of them were kind of like stop animation where like the zombies were a blue color in that. It gives me that kind of vibe. And these parts also could be used for your medieval Mythic Legions armors and stuff like that. Maybe you have like that Legion Builder army set or the new Barbarian set, you want to pop and swap pieces with these. That's pretty cool. But yeah, really awesome stuff. These are available for pre-order right now on Four Horsemen Steam. And in Mondo Toy News, we have two really awesome offerings in their, I think it's the 1/6 scale for both of these. First up is Beavis and Butthead. I thought this was a really fun looking set with all kinds of, you know, alternate pieces and accessories and stuff like that you can swap out. I love all the little details they have there, and the fact that it comes with the couch and the TV and all that stuff. It's just a really awesome looking set. And then we also have a look at part of the ThunderCats 1/6 scale stuff. We are getting, I'm gonna have a hard time saying, because I always think of like, there's so many cheetah characters. There's Cheetor from Beast Wars, there's Chester the Cheeto. I think this is Cheetara or Cheetara. I feel bad if I messed up her name. And this is just an amazing figure. I love the detail. I love the, you know, amount of, you know, paint apps that are on the figure, especially the face alone looks incredible. And then of course the accessories, I love the fact that she comes with speed accessories because that's her kind of thing. She can run really fast and they gave her effects for that and they look really cool. But yeah, these are just awesome looking. I believe both of these aren't available for pre-order yet, but there are links for them on Mondo Toys for when they do go live. But they just look really awesome. And in some McFarlane Toy News, I know we talked about these before, but today they went up for pre-order. It is that of the McFarlane Toys Page Punch Flash and Green Lantern. I'm going to call it Flash and Green Lantern packs because there's a Hal Jordan and then there's the female Green Lantern Platinum Edition that are kind of the same. I think they're the same like setup. And then there's the Barry Allen Flash and then the, I think it's, I don't want to say what's his name? Guy Garner Flash 2-pack, where one, I think it's the Barry Allen is regular and then the other one is the Platinum. They both come with the same comics. I am very excited for these. The cool part is I didn't have to worry about pre-ordering these because I want to say on the 11th, I went to my local Target and they had all but the Green Lanterns. They had both the Flashes, which were the two I really wanted. So I was able to get both of them. So now I have, you know, my Barry Allen Flash and my, I think it's Guy Garrett or Guy Garner. No, see, I am having a hard time remembering this Flash's, I guess they're just Flash. But anyways, so if you're lucky, maybe you already found these at your local Target. But if you didn't find them, you can get them right now on McFarlaneToys.com or wherever these toys are sold. It's weird because the non-Barry Allen Flash was said to be a GameStop item, but like I said, I found it at a Target, and a lot of people have been finding them at Targets, on the toy groups and stuff like that, on the West Coast. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, this is very interesting. It was actually, I was kind of worried they might even be street dated when I bought them, and the Target employee went, no, they're not street dated, you can buy them right now. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I bought them. But yeah, these are really cool figures. I love seeing, you know, different versions of Flash, and the Green Lantern looks really cool. I just don't know how different it is from the Silver Age one. I need to definitely look up a side-by-side image to see if I need to hunt down that one, or if I'm pretty good with my Silver Age one. But yeah, that is the cool McFarlane toy news of this week. And in some Mattel Creations toy news, specifically Masters of the Universe, the Great Black Wizard, Evil Sorcerer from the Masters of the Universe. I believe this is like a comic-only character or like a different character. It's not Skeletor, I don't think. Unless it's a version of Skeletor, I don't know, from a different universe. I don't really know this character, it just looked really cool. Went live for pre-order this week on Mattel Creations. And it is part of, I think, the Stories of Grayskull kind of stuff, so it's got the different packaging, and it is a very interesting looking toy. I like the accessories and the character design, even though I don't know anything about this character. I mean, we've definitely gotten to a point where the Motu figures coming out anymore are characters I'm not familiar with, that aren't, you know, main characters from the cartoon or stuff that I remember, but it's still fun to see all the different ones. If you want to pick it up, it is available. I have the link with anything else that's available this week in the description down below. It is definitely a really cool looking figure if you just want an evil sorcerer character. It is in the Origins line, not the Revelations line, so it's about, you know, 5 inches, 5.5 inches, but it's really cool looking. And in some Super 7 toy news, I kind of assumed they would get the license to this sooner or later. It is that of a teaser for Tiger Sharks. As you know, Tiger Sharks are loosely in the same universe, or maybe they are in the same universe as ThunderCats and Silverhawks, I believe. They all three kind of are supposed to be in the same universe. And it is that of sentient shark people. Kind of like Silverhawks are hawk people and ThunderCats are cat people. These are shark people that are, you know, different versions of tiger sharks, I think, because there are quite a few, or maybe they're just different sharks, but it's called Tiger Sharks. It's been a long time since I watched that cartoon. I watched it once through just to see it, kind of like ThunderCats and Silverhawks. But it is very interesting. I'm assuming this means we'll probably get Ultimate figures mostly to go with the ThunderCats and the Silverhawks, so that's really cool. We might see a reaction. We might see, you know, other things from Super 7 out of this, but it is fun to see, even, you know, though it's been a long time, to see product for Tiger Sharks. I don't know if there's a lot of popularity for it. There must have been a demand for it because I know Super 7, you know, recently has been, you know, doing some changes and stuff like that. I don't feel like they would take a chance on this unless they knew people wanted it. I'm sure a lot of people, when ThunderCats and then Silverhawks came out, said, could you please do Tiger Sharks? I know I was sitting there going, would there ever be a chance of Tiger Sharks? And they said, never say never. So here we are now. So I'm very excited to kind of see what they do with it. I definitely will be picking up, you know, like I did Mumra and Lion-O, and I did Quicksilver and Moonstar. I will probably do, you know, I forget their names, the villain, the hero character of that, just to put on my villains and heroes shelf that I am building. But time will only tell. I mean, for all we know, it could be just reaction figures. That would be surprising, but I'm assuming they're probably going to be doing Ultimates. So I'm very excited to see what the figures look like and what they decide to go when it comes to design and stuff like that. And in some amazing Lego news, because Lego is, you know, putting out a lot of information for the new year. We just talked about their smart bricks. Well, they are doing Pokemon Legos. Now, yes, Mega Bloks and Mattel had the Pokemon license to do their bricks. I don't know what's going on with that, if this is just a one-off set of things, but it looks awesome. The only downside is you're going to be paying a lot because it is Lego and it is Pokemon, so they know they can get a lot out of it. I don't know if they should be allowed to get as much as they are getting out of it, but you're looking at, if you want that Charizard, Bulbasaur, and Blastoids pack, I think they said, based on the UK for the Euros, translated to the US because they found them on their website first, I think, it's about $650 US to buy the Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur 3-pack that builds them out and then builds their dioramas. Now, yes, it's probably a really big set, and separating the three, you know, they might be worth about $200 plus each. But that's pretty expensive if that's the case. I'm wondering if that's just, you know, maybe it's not the official images and prices or stuff like that we're seeing. Maybe it's just really good deep fakes. But I'm seeing a lot of people talk about these are the sets. I just don't know if those are the official prices. There will be a free item when you purchase a certain limit. I think it is the badge set you're seeing there. So that will be an item that you can get for free, I think, when you buy a certain amount. This is also information that I have heard from other sources. I don't know if it's true or not. And then there's also an Eevee and a Pikachu, which are, I think, about roughly $100 or a little bit more each. But yeah, it is definitely going to be pricey if you want to collect these. It's one of those things where I'm just kind of shocked at the price for that 3 starter types in their final forms, if that really is the price. It's just kind of shocking. But I mean, the part count probably is high enough that, you know, the pieces kind of are where the prices are. That, and if it has any sound pieces or lighting pieces, and also if they use their smart brick technology. I don't know if they are on these or not, but that would definitely factor in the price probably. But yeah, they look really cool nonetheless. I hope to see them on display at the Lego store. And hopefully we'll get more, you know, information on them as the weeks go by. Real fast, because I don't see too many of these, S.H.Figuarts is doing a Sailor Moon figure for an anniversary, I believe, and it's a pretty incredible figure. It is about $100, but it comes with a ton of accessories, including, I think it's Luna, her cat, which is really cool, because I know we got an S.H.Figuarts a while back of a Sailor Moon, but I don't think it came with Luna or as many accessories. This is definitely filled with a lot of awesome alternate pieces and accessories. I believe it's based on a certain like movie or something like that, but it is, you know, the standard looking Sailor Moon. It's just really awesome to see this, because there's not a lot of like action figure Sailor Moon figures. It's most times, you know, I always remember the dolls back in the day, and then like the 5-point, you know, simple figures, and they had some other ones. But then as time went on, even though Sailor Moon is still very popular, I didn't see a lot of figures. I see a lot of statues. I don't even know if I see a lot of dolls. It'd be awesome if Mattel teamed up with the Sailor Moon company to do like a Barbie doll version or a Monster High version of Sailor Moon and all the Sailor Scouts. But this is just a really nice looking S.H.Figuarts of Sailor Moon, and I wanted to cover it real fast here. It is available for pre-order right now on BBTS and some other sites, being an imported item, and it looks really cool. And as someone who grew up, you know, watching different cartoons, because I had siblings that I watched Sailor Moon, it is, you know, a really cool one. When I think of Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon and all that era of anime, it's just really nostalgic looking. And this week in comics, we have 6 awesome titles to talk about. First up, The King in Black is back, and Marvel's Noel #1, which looks really awesome. We're going to see more about Noel and stuff going on right now with him in the universe. Then next up, we have a look at Marvel's Luna Snow World Tour #1. This story looks really fun. It takes Luna Snow on a tour where she finds another K-pop performer that is using evil schemes, and there's just really fun, you know, mischief going on in that, and, you know, more Luna Snow comics, which are fun for any fans of the character. I believe she was introduced in Marvel Rivals, so that's kind of cool. I could be wrong. She could have been beforehand, but that's where I remember the character. And then finally, we have a look at DC's Wonder Woman Black and Gold 2026 special. I love these comics where they use less color to kind of tell different stories and stuff in their little specials. That's really cool. And then we have from Dynamite Comics, I believe it is, Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck #1. This takes Darkwing Duck and the Gargoyles, teams them up, and puts them in a comic. I am totally on board for that. I love both franchises from Disney. Those cartoons were awesome growing up. And then we have a look at 2 continuation stories, with that of Transformers #28, which I'm very excited, because we got Bulkhead and Mirage joining the gang to fight and join the Autobot Alliance to help out and everything like that, with what's going on in the Energon universe and the Transformers universe specifically. And then finally, we have a look at G.I. Joe, I believe, #17, where we have the Dreadnoks conclusion of the 5-part series of Duke and Cobra Commander and the Dreadnoks and everything going on, and all the chaos with that. So it's exciting to see where that goes. But those are the comics this week I'm most excited about. Let me know down in the comments below what comics you're excited about, if you have any suggestions of comics to check out. And like always, stop at your local comic shop, see what's new, and pick up some stuff, and have a wonderful time reading. And in today's Creative Corner, we have a look at an amazing toy photographer, I believe out of the UK, with that of 3_shoots3 on Instagram. And they have an amazing selection of toy photography to check out, and it is just awesome. Some of the things that, you know, piqued my interest that I saw that I thought were really cool were these really cool shots of Captain America, one with him with Mjolnir, I've never forget, Thor's hammer and his broken shield, getting ready for battle, and then one where he's kind of like after a battle, kind of sitting there in the dark, which looks really, you know, dramatic and cool. Then we got to look at a really awesome Conan using a Conan figure I'm not familiar with. It looks really awesome, where he's in the snow. And then just some really awesome G.I. Joe ones when it comes to like Snake Eyes and Firefly. And they just look really awesome. There's just so many different, you know, things to like take a look at. There's, you know, Street Fighter stuff. I really love this Street Fighter photo where he's kind of dragging the person he just beat up. I forget the name of the two characters. I think one is not Ken. Is it Ken? And then it's a D word. I feel bad. But yeah, this just really cool photo, and the props and the accessories and stuff like that. You can see some pieces kind of used in different photos and different, you know, positions to kind of give a different world. It just looks really awesome. I really love the Moon Knight one with the soft goods cape and everything like that, and it just looks incredible. And there's just so many more. Like the one that I really thought was cool with the perspective of the photo is the Velociraptor and what looks like a station or a kitchen. From Jurassic Park, or just, you know, any kind of dinosaur thing. And on the note of dinosaurs, there's also the Savage Lands photo with, I think, is it who is it? The barbarian character, the caveman barbarian character, and his saber-toothed tiger. Maybe that's Quasar. Is that Quasar from Marvel? Is that the name of the character? No, that's a different character. I don't know why that keeps popping up in my head. But yeah, just really awesome toy photography. It's a great kind of like page to go to just to see some really awesome toy photos with different poses and stuff. Like always, it might give you some inspiration for your own collecting or your own toy photography or your own customs. Maybe you're like, oh, I'd love to, you know, do something like this from the inspiration from it, because it's really awesome to look through these kind of, you know, photos of toys and stuff like that, and these really awesome poses with like explosions in the background and really cool scenes with like rain and stuff. It's just awesome. So yeah, definitely go give them a follow. Like always, the link to their Instagram is in the description down below. Share it with friends, you know, give them the likes, the love, all that fun stuff, and just have a wonderful time enjoying their creativity and kind of giving yourself inspiration, hopefully, or just making you feel good. Maybe you want to see something that was kind of cool that can take your imagination off to somewhere else and escape, you know, for a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments.